So I made it live with a title Oasis of Wisdom and Models Administration. There is music going on. Are you listening to that music?
No, no.
Yeah. So here we are. I was exploring the idea. I was exploring the idea that in your village, Oasis of Wisdom, if you would like to bring this utopia, actually it's utopia, but a governance which has. So I was keeping a historical outlook, what has happened, people experimented, different ideas. If you like, I can share my screen.
Yes.
Just to have a look and go about seriously. Yeah, public administration. Huh? So I was just thinking before. So I just wanted a talk series in which it was proposed question was that various public administration model, how they have been applied, an idealistic vision that we need no hierarchical structure. So, and I try to compare it with utopia, non-hierarchical ideal, which we had before. So I got an answer, if you like, to adopt this model of administration in Oasis of Wisdom. But let's have a look a little bit. The classical way or traditional model, we already know that complete hierarchy and one rule can be overruled by who has more power. So in this, strength is nice, very transparency. Its weakness is that it can stifle innovative people, and that we don't want at all. Like innovation, vision, creativity, this we will foster in our and demotivate employees who care autonomy, and people don't come to become a prisoner to be ruled by them. So this is completely out of question. So we cannot apply classical models at all. So don't even thinking about it. New public management systems, and we have a small group of people where we can manage things. Not a large group, but still some philosophy should be there. So new public management system is that strength is that encourages innovation and accountability and competitive business environment, flexible compared to classical bureaucracy, and it can compete with its environment to its existence. And but thing is, overemphasis is on data. Like you say, how we should measure our progress. Then there should be TRP, more people coming, and this kind of metrics, goal-oriented, data-oriented things, which we don't want at all in our setup. So this is also this new idea which is driven by data orientation, effectiveness. Though, like they have the employees or the people in the organization have freedom to make decisions, but this decision must increase the sale. If it is increasing the sale, you can take it's a decentralized. So in a way, it says, oh, the power is decision making decentralized. But another way, weakness is there. No? So instead of making a quality, they start going for quantity to show the customers, to show the viewers, then TRP, then all this fake show off comes up. into the organization, which we don't want at all. But our relevance to utopia is slightly coming, no? Like decision making is decentralized. So this we want. So these two not our questions at all. Second one, we can apply the decentralized decision making process, but not for the quantitative data presentation, but a qualitative change in vision, in innovation. So this much we can take decentralized decision-making powers. If we go for collaborative governance into this is more like company collaborative, where each shareholders shares the profit and loss. So each one is interested for the motives and common goals. That is our idea. But this is nice, which is very dynamic. So many people thinking about it, including so many shareholders, decision-making process. So it's in a way, it's nice. But yes, and this we can adopt, this collaborative governments for sure. Its weakness is time-consuming decision-making process. Because of the so many people and so many ideas, that's where our bot, which is reducing the communication conflict within an organization. So if we put this bot into our organizational talks, which is happening, so it is monitoring and measuring this decision-making process, time consuming. How much time is being consumed before a decision is taken, or two people coming to an agreement. And there it enters and it starts resolving the issues of communication. So this pulse of wisdom, this small bot can be made for demonstration how in a small community this robot is learning the communication and reducing the time in decision making. That could be the best. Then we are jumping towards AI-driven governance. And that is the future. So potential for conflict without clear leadership, here it is also there, because if leadership, and that's, this robot is communicating and showing people that you are talking the same, or this is the difference, and according to their personality, translating and creating unanimity. This way, this robot can work, requires high trust and communication skills. So we need to teach the objective field of learning, program this robot with to build trust and giving the communication skills to this proposing. So if we remove this weakness, we are almost having direction towards our utopia, non-hierarchical. So here we need a support of digital era governments. We are entering already here. And each government has to enter it, or each organization has to enter. No way in the future. Digital era governments is going to come. And this is very nice, enhances agility and transparency, empowers employees through access of information, supports remote and global teams. No? Weakness is relies heavily on tech infrastructures. That dependency is going to come. Risk digital exclusions may prioritize data over human judgment. Each weakness we should be ready to, should be under our scrutiny. Any model we adopt. So if we adopt, I would agree to this one, because this is the future. And yes, this, like, not that robot starts to take judgment in Supreme Courts and decision-making process, and they can prioritize. Here, always a human intelligence is needed, which is monitoring all this, or keep on evolving in teaching robots how to learn from humans. That's the only future, Pavel. That's the only future of technology. People are tired teaching humans. So this teaching robots that how to learn humans and teach them. This is the only future and one-time work. Like if I program a robot for this work, it's a one-time work and it can go in evolutionary process with its progression of neurons connecting it to the any AI models of group or anyone. It can evolve by itself and then it can resolve. So this is, I see in the future, adopting to this digital era governments and keep an eye on weaknesses, transforming it, keep the humans, all these weaknesses, developing ESPs, developing telepathy, developing balancing the balancing the dependency over technological infrastructures and balancing it. That's the only way we can go for it. So here, non-hierarchical organization, there are a lot of things, but we can only take a direction towards it. More collaborative, more egalitarian, and also including AI, robots, bots. So if you have an organization like Pulse of Wisdom, and you have this bot put into that, it keep on watching decision-making process, the communication amongst people of 100 people, and giving solutions to you as a, you can individual solution, and also you can guide them to interfere or guide the talk and settle things, bring unanimity and 100% decisions of everyone together. So time-consuming factors we can reduce by AIs very easily. We can use technology to reduce time and use this digital era, governments, and collaborating. There are other suggestions which I can give, but completely radical approach of building an organization. Completely different way. But let's have a look. And so this is it. I tried to make a seminar over that, like inviting more people and creating a structure. So before that, I just wanted to have a political approach, no? How evolution came in organization. The first is in the beginning, for sure, anarchism. Everybody wants to be free and express itself and not one authority, no? Not any adopting coercive authority. Oh, after that, liberalism and republic, Marx and socialism, which you have seen in your country, that, and feminism and post-colonialism. And we go from historical models like ancient democracy, Plato, Aristotle, their thinking in organizations. This way, contemporary, we are coming to the present neoliberalism, collaborative governments, digital networks. That's it. Right now, we are into that. And one thing is it is market driven. Stakeholders will come, involvement, technology. It's almost like running a company. Whatever you do in any of the organization is taking the shape of a company. Many stakeholders taking responsibilities, coming together, and you are reducing the time, decision-making process, unanimity, and using all kinds of technology. What do you think? I don't know. How would you like to?
Uh, I want to, I remember when this idea came to me. I read one article and it said that hierarchy system was invited to the Earth from Mars. And family system, non-hierarchy, was invited to the Earth from Venus. So then I start realizing that there is two different systems. Of course, the system, hierarchy system from Mars is very well established in army. Because it's the idea of fighting, the idea of very strong leadership, goal settings, die or win this strategy. But then I start to think about this Venus idea without hierarchy. And Venus female energy, it's more like a family win-win strategy. Uh, the collaborations, charity. So this is the basement for the. This is the part of this non-hierarchy, uh, and then it came the idea of meritocracy, the power, the government, the ruling of the smart people, smart. But then, who is smart, who is not smart? It's another another system. But mm, okay, but then I remember I was on one business training, and it is a very nice system. Shows that in each organization you have to combine both systems. For example, for the newcomers, you should use totally hierarchical system and very ordered, very controlled area. But when people get more and more experienced, more they became a stars of the company, the best of the best. Then for them, you need to give freedom. You need to make creative atmosphere for them. So there is no question which system is better, because for different people different system is better. When they grow professionally, you have to change your environment from hierarchical to freedom system, uh, in order to get best results. So yes, it's look like dualism, but when you go up, it's non-dualism. And I think in Oasis of Wisdom, yes, in administrative system it will be hierarchy, but between the residents, because we think that all of them are the talents, all of them are the pearls, all of them are the diamonds. Between of them, it will be atmosphere of the freedom of expression, and so it will be combination of these two systems.
So you want to employ dual system, one in administration, because these collaborative ideas, I ask some bold experiments in the history, if someone has done it. One was done in a small group, this collaborative idea. The criticism is this kind of liberal governments in a small group, they cannot defend themselves from external threat. If external threat comes, then you need a military administration to combat it. So any external threat, this kind of governments is not suitable. So they tried, it ran for a few days, and then external threat come, and then it collapsed. You can also see these things in Osho Commune, which he developed the same liberal ideas, unanimous decisions over the point. Hierarchy was still there in administration, because he is despotic leader, Osho. Then under him, 20 people, few very close people, 4, 5, 1 or 2 personal secretary. Under them, 20 more people, they are adopting to them. So each one creating its own hand. He said it's an organic way of spreading, expansion. So Osho, one despotic, he gave his love to one is segregating forward and creating more hands or brain or heart, whatever it needs to build. Then they are creating more and more and more and so on. So a governance was infiltrating one or command coming from top and it was going through the bottom. This particular. So there was one unquestionable authority in a hierarchical system, and everyone is equal against that. So this was one. When external threat come, it collapsed. It could not combat with the external threat. So this is the main thing. If you want, so to build an immune system is of a necessity. Yes, if we keep on building in out of fear and paranoia, that is a sickness. Like creating paranoia, like the world is being created. So paranoia is being created to the states which doesn't have the weapon. They are paranoid. So in this paranoia, they will start to go for the defense mechanism. So a defense mechanism is needed to support a loving atmosphere inside. You cannot rely only on creating a loving atmosphere without a defense firewall. So a firewall is a necessity. Yes, it should not be paranoid. It should not be ambitious to assimilate all and everything. But the time demanding expansion is needed. Otherwise, contraction will begin.
And I realized that, okay, it should be some kind of combination between these two systems because hierarchical system is the source of suffering, and non-hierarchical system is the source of joy and
Or
pleasure.
you give the contract, like Japan, give the contract to somebody else to defend your immune, become your defense mechanism and protect you, the physical boundary of it. Inside that boundary, you enjoy.
But it's too risky. It's a problem of trust.
That's the
This
thing.
of trust. So it's anyway, it will be now. You can see the European Union is ruled by women's,
Oh no,
and
like
they
getting protection from government.
and they are weak now. They cannot protect the America and Russia is totally hierarchical system. And okay, yes. Mm, they will in the fight. Of course, the hierarchical system is better, but I don't know. It's a source of suffering for everybody, and but also maybe now what about the Indian caste system? Is it hierarchy or it's just levels, or maybe
No, it's
uh,
hierarchy. It's hierarchy.
hierarchy of because we discussed because it's based on the soul, what soul wants, knowledge, power, money, or so it depends on the soul uh, uh, wishes of the soul. So maybe it's not a hierarchy, or maybe it's a hierarchy. I don't know.
I was just copying a cell structure. I don't know how to institute. I'm posting one image. it will come like this. Can you see?
It's downloading. Yes, it's a cell. Yes.
Yeah, it's a cell. So I would like to you see this, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
I would say now think about it. Whatever we create a unit, we should create an organic unit. And we can call it an organic unit if it is a cell. So your village of maybe 100, 112 huts or whatever 112 buildings or things. And then you see a function, full organism, and what a nice structure. No? Each one has its own function. So in this function, what we say that could be, we can say the heart of the function, heart of the cell.
Yes, yes. But the Oasis will be the combination of 100 cells, or it's a combination of 100 the dots within one cell.
Within one cell, this is our area of land, and we are creating a permanent structure, buildings.
And
These
you
are
see,
all buildings, parks, something you are creating, and it all has a particular function, which all together makes it one cell, one oasis, a
yes,
drop.
and you see there is in each cell there is hierarchy, but hierarchy in function. So if the cell needs reproduction, then the core became a top hierarchy. But if the in the other functions, for example, in power creation, this mitochondria are the boss. And in other function, uh, for example, elimination, the other part of the cell is the boss. So it could be hierarchy in the different functions. But
Yes, now you got it. This is the organic structure that
Mhm,
this is the tantric vision that any organ can become God anytime. So depending on the function. So the moment it comes to the function, but we need to see it in dynamic form and static form. In static
mhm,
form, leader is the heart. So we have to
mhm,
choose a leader in the community. So leader in the community is, we say in Tantra, it's a heart. So what could be the heart of the cell if that removed cell has non-can function?
um, but I remember yeah, when I had a big company and I realized that my function as a leader is to resolve the conflict. If the different departments work and there is no conflict, I can sit and relax. I don't need to do nothing. But when it happens a conflict within cell or with somebody outside, so this is the function of the leader is to resolve
Yeah. So
the
if we
conflict.
say in this cellular structure, this function, which is without unconditionally ready to resolve any conflict within the cell, which we will assign in this cell.
Mhm.
Which part of the cell you think is responsible for resolving any communication conflict within a cell?
Okay, of course the core. The core, because the core is the border of the it's a ego. Ego is connecting with other ego. So it's the source of conflict, and then the core is creating some solutions or some activities to protect or to absorb,
Yeah.
to
So here
reproduce.
in your land structure, you will set up the core
Mhm.
first in infrastructural way and in functional way. And its main function will be you first set up the heart. The main setup is that now in expansion mode, all communication conflict will be resolved here. And then you start to expand. You keep on putting one within a cell, its more functional organs, creating infrastructure and develop it. This is an organic way, and the walls is your firewall. And within this firewall, everyone relaxed, innovative, creative, and you start your building up from the core, from the heart, not from the outer periphery. Set up the core. And this core, properly set up, will evolve and create all its functional structure by itself.
Yes, and the core. But the because another concept is first to set up the borders and then to create a core
Very
or
nice. I am air element. First, I need to create a core, establish a heart of communication, and then think about boundary. You are earth element. First, you need a boundary. First, you need a boundary, and then you will set up the core. Both ways is good. We are going for dual system. That's why we two are
yeah.
together, opposite way of thinkers.
And let's talk about the Akasha element. So now we're
Mhm.
discussing the DNA of this core. If DNA is correct, then the core is understands how to do everything. But if the DNA is wrong, it can destroy. So we're discussing now the DNA, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ideas and the rules and the ethics of this system. Otherwise,
Expansion
uh,
process, rules and patterns of expansions. Not that in any way expansion, but expanding through abiding with principles, rules, vision, and all the time clear what we are expanding into and why and how. All is under the vision, not any teenager ideas, no? Like do it, let's do it.
maybe you also explore this because you explored organic hierarchy, non-hierarchy. Maybe there is concept of organic.
Organic functional hierarchy and full sensitivity of empathy, what's going on within the environment. Each organ is sensing another organ. What's
Mhm.
wrong? What communication? How much time it's taking? How much so? Very fully alert and conscious about the environment.
And I remember there is a big Asian book in China. It's called the Tractate of Yellow Imperator. It's one from one way. It's a book of Chinese medicine, and the same book. It's a book of how to rule the country, because it has the idea that the country is ruled like a sick person. Country is a sick person or the human, and it can be ruled through the medical procedures like diagnostic, like choosing the correct medicine, like man monitoring the results. So it's
Yeah, nice way of application. You can apply any vision, any theory of vision, like we are applying the organic theory of vision, cell. And we are saying, okay, we are just implanting a cell and following the wisdom of a cell, how it functions, exists, communicates, dies, repairs itself, replicates itself. So we will follow the same wisdom. And then we explored that here is dynamic hierarchy of responsibility during a situation means intelligence. Intelligence is governing everything. And which moment, what is the priority, and where the all energy should be allocated.
but
That's the natural wisdom of the body, an
and on
organic
the
body.
and on the top of intelligence there is uh, universal intelligence or the
No, here
god
we
or
go in a
the
tantric model. On top of intelligence will come ego, claiming all and claiming all. And one person act will be claimed by all the person, like the organic body. So you cannot give, oh, I did it. When you did it, that was only your functional responsibility, and you were top of boss only at the time when you were functioning for that. Now no more. Another one. So we will claim it by ego, that we breed an ego identity for that. And ego will claim the intelligence. And then it starts to purify itself more and more, more and more, more. In this claiming,
so,
the claiming agencies goes for sublimation, but will claim all. So each
and
resident
then
of your oasis of wisdom, any person one person gets Nobel Prize, each will be happy. And if one wants to get, all will support to this functional responsibility. So this is my idea to grow like this with a tantric vision, the way a cell functions. And also I would love to see the infrastructure in the same form, 3D printing
yes.
form. And that will be amazing, amazing place. And that can be replicated anywhere, any atmosphere, and also can be particularized, specified, can be connected to each other and become more organic in expansion.
And also the question, which part of this system can be ruled by AI? Or
AI, we can teach AI to do anything we are tired to create teachers, basically. AI means we are using it to teach something in the teaching environment. It's teaching something. So basically, teaching means it has an observation power of learning human. If it is seeing a human, that's like it's seeing I am seeing as an intelligence Jenny. So I can see all the backhand programming what she is using to teach children. So backhand, I am knowing. Now this backhand, if I'm going to teach to every human, I will hit my head. Training programs, how many training programs I will do? Every year, 10, 20 people. So I give this program to a robot. This is how, this is the input and this is the output. So matching this input and output, I will have to train a robot, give it a formula, pattern of judgment. And then it's a plugin. You can put it in your organization bot, right? People chatting through like 20 people on administration, 80 people free, whatever they do. 20 people in administration, you put a plugin, install a plugin. It's monitoring, learning. Each human is learning what kind of person, which element is high, what does it mean by when he's using language, this sense organ functioning, and these also, oh, they are telling the same, just using different words. and it gives this information and resolves the conflict, or at least suggests the CEO or whosoever has intelligence. It's a very nice support. If you are intelligent, you have a robot like this to support. Look, decision making delay so many times here, here, here. These people, and you fix them, or you train that human. So even if to train that human, you know exactly what to train. Robo will do the work. Later on, you will have to make a finish touch. So your work is very less. And this is how every organization is going to evolve in the future. I tell you, this is the future. So better you do it as fast as possible.
Uh, and I also realized that there are some practices of okay. First is each resident should write his book of his life, like memories, and published it as a book, and because it's gives like a fruit of the life. There is books, and each person can write his own book. And another practice is to create a monument, like statue, like we have statues of gods in India, and each each resident should have his own statue, because the statue will stay 1,000 years after his death. So it should be special place with statues of the residents.
No,
And
in the future, this God is going to be replaced by your own avatars, your own incarnation. So these robots keep on learning. This is one idea, communication is skill. Otherwise, it can map out like the cloning when we were doing the therapist. So it can clone your whole profession and show you these are characters, these are your weaknesses. And if you transform it into the strength, you will be amazing this version of yours. So avatara, it keeps on creating your future avatars. So you can see your weakness transforming strength and giving you the best version of yourself, the ideal Powell, Pluto idea, no, like refining the ideas of human. So in this way, this AI can also do, like in the beginning, it will be specialized, not so broad, like we can only program it on a small point, but if more people work, yes, why not? Like if 100, 200 people working and open sources or many others running, we can go fast. But just to show a prototype idea, it can be specialized way like Jenny, specialized way, one character's learning can be done. Oh, this is now Jenny cloned.
yes, the
And
clone,
also,
the digital clone is also the part. So it will be different parts of memory. The digital clone,
different
the
kinds of
stone,
skills and efficiency.
yeah, the stone clone, the water clone. It can be the clones of all elements. I mean,
Yeah, cloning, and applying this cloning. And this is how AI is going to evolve, learning and learning. So the programming is people are tired to teach humans. So they think, why not to teach a robot? And that's the idea coming in the future, and that is how technology is going. But in this process, it will create millions of jobs. Same. When computer came, oh, everybody will be unemployed, everybody will, and the job came. So this AI will bring so much job because it's specified there's a lot of ways and a lot of clonings, a lot of people has happened. Slowly it will develop its own. And for sure, in the future, one computer will be enough to suggest the prime minister is doing nothing. Ah, yes. Just sitting there, okay, oh, yes, allocate the fund here, transfer this, that, it will balance. So this data is equalizing, economy is like this. So just sliders, adjustment of a person chosen, nothing to do. nothing to do for the people in the future. So if the people are not happy within themselves, they don't have an eternal motivation. That's what I'm saying. Your project is very important. If you will not have eternal motivation, you will be suicidal, or you will think of, I'm dying anyway. What's the point there I will be living? So this idea leading to Third World War and destruction process. So your project is completely in tune. You should be in tune with technology. No other way. Primitive way is growing not possible.
Yes, but I also find very interesting reaction. I spoke with some old people and trying to insist. Some of them are in depression mode, but when you start asking them, where do you want to reincarnate in the future? It, it's changed their mind system because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they are not focused on the past situation of their life. They try to fantasize where do they want, and some of them, okay, if they are suffering now, they don't want to reincarnate in this planet. They want to reincarnate in some
Anywhere.
other.
But you see, this Indian mystic so smart, no? Playing with the mind. No way of depression. You lost your business, you lost your wife, you lost everything. Doesn't matter. Okay, somehow you will live next life.
Okay, yes, let's think about the next life. Let's plan the next life, and okay. And for this reincarnation, actually, you don't need anything now. Just die, and you have the
Yeah, and
sankalpa.
with the computer, we can show them the next life. After 200 years, what kind of science will be, what kind of parents, what kind of schooling do you want this? And they can be involved doing so. Like I tell you, the technology has been always comforting. The purpose of technology is to give comfort. In this process of giving comfort, it creates havoc. It
But
plays
also,
havoc.
I read one book about this Sufis. There is one sect, assassins, the killers, and they describe very interesting technology. So they get men from some big families of some from the suffering, and through the special practices, they show them the heaven, the pictures of heaven, the pictures of Oasis with young girls, and then they bring them back and say, if you follow the rules of the leader, you will again come back to this heaven. If you are not, so they're programming their mind that to kill somebody, it's the way to lead to this heaven. So
Yeah,
it's very simple technology, but very powerful because if they have the I think they use also some drugs to emphasize this atmosphere of heaven. Um, okay, okay,
idea of heaven and hell, better to have a new life idea is much better. Coming
yeah.
back in the same environment, boy, I don't want this schooling system, change it.
And I also realize that okay, till the child birth, till 5 years, many people say that the kids are remembering their past life, and I think this is the special mechanism because the kids until 5 years old should learn a lot of things, and nobody teach them how to walk, how to eat, how to jump. So they need this information from the previous life to learn these small things, but which is useful in their life, because nobody parents teaching how to move hands, how to sit, how to make first steps. The parents are watching and clapping the hands how the kids are doing first steps, but this knowledge is coming from the source. It's,
Instinct learning, the neurons learning, body wisdom. That's what, no? Like instinct, hunger, thirst, and sex. Movements we don't need to teach.
yes, it's coming from
It's already there.
yes, and
Only in the past life, we see in the child, special gifted children, they will have
last
their
last word last word
special
missing.
mudras, like same
Mm,
instinct. If you have meditated, you have tamed your instinct. So the approach to food, approach to sex, or approach to thirst will be different.
mhm,
You like if you have very much meditated in this, then your approach will be very soft, gentle. If too much instinctive, then jumping on it, on food instinct. So this way, you can also see the way child eating food. Of course, it learns from father and other in the environment the child is growing, how to hold a spoon and fork, just watching and learning, no? Watching others and learning, simulating this. But anyway, because this movement from five fibers, one is art, the movement, it continues incarnation upon incarnation because it's changing the program somehow. The soul comes and something is adjusting differently, so it's keeping its mudras even in each condition. Mudras continues. Mudras means the body language. So
mhm.
if a Dalai Lama will be born, it can be recognized. The first symbol will be also body language. If a soul, if you plan to come, like if you plan to come to the next birth and should be recognized, then you will be recognized by your body movements.
Yeah, the earth element, the body movement, the structure of the body, or the special
The
symbols of the
mudras like
body.
this,
Yes, and
mudras. So if you have adopted to this mudras and practice, you will carry it in the next life. You will start to show in a proper situation. It will start to be formed by itself. When knowledge, you need this knowledge. So each knowledge, if you have adopted like this knowledge and this, so this mudra has a knowledge. So if I have practiced it before, it will descend by itself during the talk. I don't need to learn it. This art, movement patterns, the specific behavior, like a pig is a pig, a dog is a dog, by its special way of movements. So that speciality of the old souls or Buddhas continues. You can see them in their simple movements. You can see the mudras.
yes, I have this the discussion about the reincarnation. Um, First, I realized that maybe it's not individual past lives. All the past lives of the old people are connected to some Akash or maybe egregors, because if you're Buddhist, you think that your past life was in Buddhist way, and in future it will be in the
Yeah.
Buddhist egregor. So
Mm.
then all the past lives of the Buddhists, they are connected to the one egregor of the Buddhist, and then the person born again, and it's get connected not to his life, to this egregor and extract some knowledge from this egregor. So it's like Akasha ocean. I mean, it's not okay. There is, you can extract individual things, but maybe not from your previous life. It's maybe the previous life of other person.
Yeah,
The knowledge.
anyone. It's a library kind of phenomena, and it's a memory system. It's not intelligence. It's a memory
Yeah,
system. Just you are picking the informations from
yeah.
there and speaking it.
The file
It's not
file
awakening your
system.
intelligence. Yes, giving you a siddhi. You know the trick to enter and get information and coming back. Yes, to enter in this, like, or we channel like, if any answer not there, suddenly mind will move to Swami Lakshmanju in that tradition. And there is Akashic recorders of Kashmir Shahis of so many people there. So through one person, you get connected to the whole wisdom and you start to channel the information.
And maybe this
Intelligence is a different phenomenon. Intelligence is when you look for a direction of your being, which direction to go. You need intelligence. Otherwise, mind is smart enough. Computers are
but
smart enough.
but maybe this Vijnana Bhairav Tantra techniques, the different techniques connects you with different piece of
Faculties of mind. Yeah,
memory.
so
I
same
mean,
way you go, there are 112 ways like a mind can evolve. Like four characters, no? Brahman, Kshatri, we are categorizing it. So Shiva is seeing it from the top of the mind. So when mind is originating, it will originate 112 way from the point, and it all will be distinct faculties, different ways, and on basis on which the techniques are. So your mind, in which direction initially evolved, you adopt to that.
so
So
they
it
are
is 112
different.
personalities. Basically, you can say 112 minds or 112 kinds of people or 112 personalities or characters this way.
So from each technique, you comes to different conditions or to different memories or
Experience.
to different experience.
Yeah.
There is from two different techniques, you cannot get
Any
the
one
same
technique,
experience.
once it leads to the source, like if you start with the breath, so you will have different way, depends what kind of person you are, kinesthetic or visual or auditory. So when you start a technique, if you are auditory, you will try to listen the sound. If you are kinesthetic, earth element, you will try to feel the touch. If you are an fire element, you will be separate. I'm watching. Breath separate from it. No, this way. So each person will approach the technique, and then a little bit differentiation will start to happen. So if you are a kinesthetic, just watching, then the technique becomes do tandem. So you are sensing belly rising, falling, rising, falling. So one movement, and you become the witness of it. In that, one time you will enter into the gap. Neither rising nor falling. Movement will be suspended. In this suspended breath, which is the pranayama, you enter into the pranamaya kosha. Now in your energy body. So same way, once you enter it, the way you can mold your physical body, same way you can do with your energy body. The energy body, you say, here, one blocked in the heart, arteries. So there, your imagination is your reality. This is a, here for this you have to move with strength. There you just have to imagine energy flowing through this meridian channel and cleaning. That's it. Imagination is reality. Energy starts to flow. You will have the sensations, and then you can burn the sensation depending which technique you are trying, or just in the breath technique. It will turn to light. Once you will see it in a light form, its already blocks are being removed in the pranic body. Slowly it will reflect in your healthy body. So one technique, the approach will be according to your unit build system of the mind. You are approaching through the mind. So in this way, there are 112 ways the mind will approach to the same truth. And once you enter into that, then you will have all the experiences. Your weakness will turn to strength. So that your weakness, which is suppose your visual is weakness, after this experience, your visual will be no more a weakness. It will be the same strength like your kinesthetic touch. So all other elements starts to come to balance. Same like sense organ. Like mine, auditory singing was the weakest. Visual is the, but after some time, the auditory started to have the same strength. So weakness turns to strength after the experiences.
Yes, about the vision, there is one experiment. They put people their glasses which reverse the vision, opposite. I mean, 180 grados opposite. So the floor becomes the ceiling, and they put a glass, and first people cannot move. But in 2 weeks, mind change, and people can with these glasses can walk separate normally. I mean, it's so mind needs 2 weeks to adopt this vision, and
Coordinate the vision and motor organs.
mhm.
Like here, every time I say, "Oh, my hair," each time I put my wrong hand. Don't find how to see my hair. Oh, here, no, here.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we start from the hierarchical system of the governance and
We got an
government, and then
idea and how to
well,
evolve, and also the
yes,
infrastructure, 3D printing of a cell.
yes, and also then the main idea will be tantric. I mean
Yeah, main
the
idea will be tantric. Yes.
so
Evolve through tantric vision.
so the tantric plane, because this hierarchy came from Mars, the other non-hierarchy from Venus, and the tantric systems came from another planet.
No, there's functional hierarchy in the moment. In the
Yes,
moment,
and
functional hierarchy.
everything is reality.
Reality, yeah, emphasis,
Yeah,
realist.
and